All right. Good day to you. Or good evening to you. Yeah. Hmm. Ah, good to see you. An intimate group today. Oh, there will be others popping on, and many catching this as a recording. And so we just want to invite everyone's energy and hold space for everyone that will be partaking of our time together today. Mhm. Thank you, Joyce, for uh, being willing to step up again. Mm. Kat is struggling with her tonsils. So, yes. All right. Let us take a look. Hmm. Hmm. Doesn't matter if you're on screen or off, we see you. All right. Welcome, Kevin. So, we have a question to begin our evening. And our question to you is, what do you hold sacred? In your life, what are the things that are sacred to you? Is this something that you have thought about lately? Some of you, yeah. Right. And if you have not had that conversation with yourself, we highly encourage you to spend some time taking a bit of an inventory of your life and identifying those things that are sacred. They can be relationships, they can be whatever it is that feels sacred to you. It could be crystals, rocks, it doesn't matter what it is. And we hope that you have numerous things in your life that feel sacred to you. Right? So many are just trying to get through the day, get through the week, the month, the year. And it is the same structure, the same practices day after day after day. And in some regards, you are abandoning yourself. An interesting thought, yeah? What does it mean to abandon yourself? It means to overlook what you need. You overlook what is sacred for you and replace it with things that take up time and space but have no meaning. So many humans on your planet today are abandoning themselves. And so life feels smaller. Possibilities seem impossible. And you find yourself living a lukewarm existence. Right? Why is it that when we ask the question, do you have sacred things in your life or can you identify them? Most of you did not think of yourself. You were trying to think of the other relationships and whatever else, your belief systems, whatever. But very few of you thought, I am part of what is sacred in my own life. Guilty? There's no judgment on it. But first and foremost, understanding your own sanctity. And then understanding the sacred nature of your path, of your journey, no matter what it looks like. If you don't feel that you're fulfilling what you really want to do, your journey is still sacred. If you feel that you're in confusion about what's next, the journey is still sacred. You are sacred. You've heard us time and time and time again that we speak that you are more than what sits in that chair. That the human that you witness in the mirror each and every day is but the smallest drop of you. That you are God I am. Sacred. So we would ask you to give this some thought and take a look at yourself and start to see yourself as sacred and your path as sacred, your relationships, your creations. There is nothing outside of the purview of Source. So, what does that mean? It means that everything's sacred. Everything. Please do not fall into the trap of believing that because you don't feel that you are perfect, that you are not sacred. That is an illusion. Please do not fall into the trap of thinking that because you're not doing what you think Spirit wants you to do, that you're not sacred. That is all noise. And for a number of you here today, when you begin to look at yourself and your journey as sacred, you will automatically align with the flow, align with what it is that your soul is here to offer. For some of you, what your soul is having you do is parent children, raise conscious children. Some of you, the path is caring for animals, caring for others. Some of you, the path is the path of the healer or the channel. Doesn't matter what the path looks like. It is unique to each of you, and it is sacred. It is sacred. And witnessing that for yourself will kind of change things. Can you feel how that might open up new possibilities and vistas for you? How understanding that you are a sacred being, a master, that you might be able to begin to remember the truth of who and what you are. It is a beautiful journey, beloved ones. Most of the time, you do not give yourself enough witness. You do not give yourself the care and understanding that you extend to others in the world. You do your best to help others feel sacred or special. Please take the same amount of time to be with yourself and your soul and understand the true miracle of you being here now, in this body, upon this planet, at this time, taking this breath. It is a miracle. Do you know how many lifetimes you've had to live to be here now? And whether you can embrace this or not, this is the best version of you so far. The most enlightened version of you so far. Some of you have a hard time embracing that. Remember that you're sacred. And then the picture becomes a little clearer, right? Beautiful. All right. So in a moment, we are going to open the floor for questions. And we have a couple of requests. First, that you always use your discernment about any of the information, support that is being given today. If it does not resonate, please let it go, right? Your discernment is important. It's part of your sacred nature, right? We also ask that when you're asking your questions that you come on screen. It is much easier for us to connect with your vibration and your question. So we appreciate that if you will come on screen if you're asking a question. All right. Please hold safe space for everyone that has questions and concerns, because they are but a mirror of you, right? All right. There is a hand-raising function for people that are on a laptop or a computer, or you can use a hand-raising function. Joyce will call your name, and she will call things in order of people raising their hands. All right. All right. Joyce, thank you. Is Varinder our first
Yes,
hand?
she is. Thank you, Metatron.
Indeed. All right, Varinder. How can we assist you today?
Hey, Metatron. Today's question is actually regarding my friend. She couldn't come because she's admitted in the hospital, and I got her permission yesterday to ask you this question. Her name is, it's like a Nan Lee, and she's going through a lot. And it's seeing somebody who's also spiritually gifted. She can see the spirit world. It does take toll on her health depending on how much energy you use. But right now, it's just not that. She is going through a lot of health issues like seizure, migraine, many other, and a lot of relationship trouble, a lot of emotional turmoil. Is there anything she can, as like help she can get from the other side of suggestion, guide?
All right. So please remind her that she's not alone, right? That when she calls, when she asks, we always step forward. She can call upon Metatron if she chooses, or anyone that she feels comfortable and connected with. Part of what's going on is a cycle, and it is a cycle of stress and anxiety.
She has really bad anxiety issue, and like me and her has similar like anxiety, depression,
Right,
and part
right,
of it, but her is to the extreme level.
right. And
Yeah.
and so what it looks like is that the stress and the anxiety is what is impacting the physical body, right? And you know that we cannot make medical diagnoses, but we can tell you what we see. And we can see that her adrenals are struggling because she has been in fight or flight, her autonomic nervous system, for years.
And she
So,
does see the spirit world, and sh- she also see negative entities, and she said it does take a lot out of her energy. Is there something on that side she should block? Or I mean, right now she's concealing it. She said she try not to use her gift, or
well,
or
it's not about blocking it, right? It's about understanding it, Verinder, right? And creating some protection. And protection does not have to block those things that she sees. There's nothing, uh, there's some denser energies, but nothing that would be termed negative in her field. Hello, baby.
he's a little 12 baby.
Yeah. And so, protection, caring for her body, beginning with working on calming the stress and the anxiety, and have her take a look at the vagus nerve. There's lots of exercises to work with the vagus nerve that is very helpful with anxiety, right? There's one simple thing you can press right here under the nose, and it begins to reduce anxiety. A simple thing, a quick fix, right? But this isn't a quick fix. This is, just a long time of her not, not taking care of her first. It's always about everybody else first,
hmm
right? And then she's beautiful, right? She's incredible. And she needs to understand that she's sacred and begin to treat herself in that manner. Okay?
Okay.
She's always welcome to reach out, Verinder. But this is all the information that we can give today. Protection, working with the vagus nerve, working with the stress and the anxiety, so that her body can begin to heal, that the inflammation can begin to shift. All right?
Okay. Yeah. Today she couldn't come because she's still admitted in the hospital. So
Yes, indeed.
hopefully she gets out soon. And I
Yes.
did ask her to join. I'm like, just being here probably will help too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Metatron. Thank you so
You're
much for
so
that.
welcome. Tell her that we send our best.
Thank you. Thank you, brother.
In- Indeed. All right,
Thank
Joyce.
you. And Alyssa is next.
All right. Oh, good to see you, Alyssa.
Metatron. Thank you for being here. Um, so today, my question kind of when you asked what I held sacred, I kind of did think of myself a little bit because that's something I've been trying to do lately is to treat myself more like I am sacred and hold myself as sacred. And as such, I've made some changes in my life to do that recently. And I feel like I'm kind of at like somewhat of like a turning point or in some
Mhm.
kind of transformation. And I'm kind of wondering now where to sort of focus my energy. One of the things I wanted to do is maybe start to open up some more of my own psychic gifts.
Right.
I know that I kind of have to take some time to clear my channel and like kind of clean that up a little bit. I know I'm not trying to rush it. Because like I also have some physical stuff going on, just as a result of like a lot of lifestyle choices that I've made. And so I want to make sure that I'm spending an appropriate amount of time staying grounded and like, you know, caring about my physical self and not too much time up here. But that is something I want to develop a little bit more. So I guess I'm just asking for guidance on that.
All right. It's the perfect time to open up your psychic awareness for everyone, actually. The energies that are moving across the planet currently are very much in support of releasing what's complete or what no longer serves you and stepping into those new and expanded possibilities. And for you, beloved one, we hear one of your guides saying, please don't beat yourself up for past the way you've treated yourself in the past. No blame, no shame, no guilt. Your body is healing. It is coming to balance, and we appreciate that you're looking to stay grounded in how you move forward. The key for you is engagement. There's kind of a piece when you're trying to do it all yourself, right? It will be easier for you if you step into, a circle where others think the same way that you do, or step into a class, even if it is, something online, something that piques your interest, that makes you perk up when you hear about it. That is your soul saying, that way, right? There's not going to be anything dramatic over the next couple of months, but what we do see is by the end of the year, there's going to be some specific patterns that have been released. And as those patterns are released, you then have more space for the incoming possibilities, right? And you begin to align more effortlessly with what it is that your soul is guiding you towards. We believe we've already said to you that you are a healer. Do you know this?
Yes.
Okay, good. We had to make sure, because some people, we say you're a healer and it kind of goes, right? You're a healer, right? And you are also a channel.
Okay.
Do not fall into the trap of believing that all of your psychic senses have to be at 1,000% before you move forward. You use what you have. Your claircognizance strong, right? And so when you're paying attention to your claircognizance, other senses begin to open up. You'll get something in your claircognizance or your intuition, and then you'll kind of hear yourself say, oh yeah, I need to this or that. And you might see a picture. So your knowing opens other avenues of psychic awareness as well. And you can build upon that. The key is paying attention. Trust what you get. It's not going to be right every time. But the more you begin to trust that, the more you're opening everything. Okay?
Okay.
You want life to change. You want it to look differently. Hold on to your dream.
Okay. I just don't know. I do, but I just don't know how I want it to look, I guess.
So when you're dreaming, it's not in stone, right? You dream today, tomorrow you say, okay, I want to change this piece of the dream. And the next day you say, okay, well, let's see what it looks like this.
Mhm.
You are creating through that space. And eventually you'll say, I've got it. This feels right. This feels true. Huh? So keep dreaming and don't worry about if it keeps changing.
Mhm.
That goes for everybody. Because your dreams are not anchored in cement. They will constantly change and shift and evolve. All right? Is this helpful to you today?
Very. Thank you.
Indeed. We will look forward to seeing you again.
Lilybud is next.
Hi, Metatron. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here and for your guidance. When the last time we spoke, you had mentioned a dog and that I should let the ASPCA know about the dog. I looked it up, but there was not enough information that I could verify. So I went to the HOA board to let them know. And since then, in May, things have spiraled to a new level with this neighbor. And I currently have a order of protection. And he was arrested for theft. But he has been constantly coming on my property. So I would what I would like to know, and one of the things that when you ask the question, what is sacred to me, it's peace, safety, peace of mind, health and happiness and family. And all of those things are affected by his behavior. So, my question is, will this situation be resolved by him leaving or through another path that I haven't seen yet? And what do I need to do? What part do I have in this?
Your
Thank you.
part in this, beloved one, is to maintain a boundary.
Mm-hmm.
And you have an order of protection that he continues to violate.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when he violates the order?
I called the police, and the police could not arrest him because the order wasn't written clearly enough because we live in an HOA community. So Monday I'm going back to court to
Good.
get a clarification.
Good. Good. That's great. You are maintaining that boundary. And then when he violates the boundary, then there will be consequences. Right now, he does not feel that he has any consequences.
Yes, exactly.
Right? And for you, it is about even when he's not around,
Mm,
you are charged, you are on edge,
yes.
right? So, what we would highly recommend is that you find a way when he's not around and you know that you're safe to let go as much as possible of the stress and the anxiety and experience a little bit of your own peace, right?
Mm,
And we know that this might sound odd, but perhaps speaking to a therapist or a counselor would be helpful for you because this has created deep trauma.
yes, it has.
Deep trauma. And so, someone who specializes in trauma uh, would help you a great deal. One of our women's dearest, oldest friends is a licensed therapist that specializes in trauma. So if you need a connection, let our woman know.
Okay.
Many people here know Jackie. So, yeah. And she's integral. She has integrity.
That's really important to me.
Absolutely. That's what's needed in anyone you're going to be talking to and counting on them to help you, right? So these are the things that we would recommend. And we're also getting something about how you're eating.
Oh, wow. Nothing is a secret, huh?
Sorry. No.
I wasn't expecting that, but yes, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not doing a good job with that.
So what your body is kind of craving right now is more hydration, not just water, hydration. So whatever you need to put in your water to make it hydrating, or drinking coconut water, whatever.
Okay.
Your body's also not getting enough protein.
Okay.
You've been heavy on the carbs.
Yeah.
And that's comfort food, right?
Yeah.
That's nothing to be ashamed of. You look right here. This is the queen of comfort food, our woman. When she gets in those places, it's all about, the chips. So it's okay. Just make sure that while you're eating your comfort food, you're also giving your body some of the things that it really needs, right? That will also help to ground you. Carbs and sugar tends to spin you. Protein, things that are more solid, that actually nourish your body, ground you.
I just want this to be over.
We know.
It's been over a year.
Yes. Yes. And, you may have to have a lawyer begin to make demands of the HOA.
Okay.
Because ultimately they should be protecting you.
They don't even answer emails.
Well, they'll answer a lawyer's letter. All right, beloved one.
Thank you so much.
Indeed. Do your best to take care of you.
Okay. Thank you.
Indeed. All right.
Nicolene is next.
Hello, my friend.
Hello. Good morning from Australia.
Indeed. Is it a good morning?
Yes, it's a good morning.
Excellent. How can we help you today?
Metatron, I have spent most of my working life supporting people living with dementia and helping others see the person beyond the diagnosis. And I have been offered to work with people living with an intellectual disability. Is accepting this opportunity aligned with my highest good? And what does that new chapter then teach me?
All right. So what we're seeing is that just because you would
You are mute, Caroline.
shift it. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Just because you took a new position doesn't mean that you still wouldn't be doing the other thing as well. There's a way that they dovetail together energetically, right? And what this does in your life, beloved one, is expand your bandwidth, gives you the opportunity to be in service to more individuals. So as long as you feel good about it, good about the people and the pay and all of that, there's no real downside to it. You are muted, beloved.
Because we're in the same room and we gotta figure it out. But we've got it now. Yes, I absolutely love working with people living with a disability. It's enriching my life so much. I just never thought about it at all.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting how, some months ago you were wondering what was next?
It's
And here it is, right?
so true.
Isn't it an interesting thing when you wonder and you get the message that, yeah, something's coming, and then something comes, and then you wonder about it instead of saying, oh, this is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah. Yeah.
A very human response. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you will be brilliant. You will be brilliant. And you will be able to work with those with dementia and those with disabilities, and it will flow beautifully.
That's good to hear. That's what I was hoping for. Yeah.
Good. Well, then there's a little validation, right? Sometimes all you need is that little boost.
Thank
Good.
you so much.
You will have to let us know how it's going.
And I will.
Good. We're going
Good.
to count on that.
Good. I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We don't have a hand raised, but I feel questions. Yes, Chris.
We even saw that one. Hello, Chris.
Good morning, Metatron from Australia as well. Thank you for your last piece of advice, which was to give myself some grace, which I have been doing. Thank you. And thank you for attending my meditations upon my invitation. The question that I have for
You have frozen? Oh, dear Chris.
can you hear me?
Now we can hear you, yes.
Okay, my apologies, sorry.
It's okay.
The question, just a simple open-ended question for today is what do I need to do next to serve my highest good and to move towards the purpose that I have towards in this incarnation?
All right. Trust what you get. Trust the messages, trust the impulses, trust what you get. Stay grounded, because there's a tendency to like jump ahead. Stay here, stay present, stay now, and continually remind your guides and the universe that I'm ready. Please show me. Please show me, please show me. And they're calling it a pivot, Chris. A pivot, right? So sometimes a pivot is that you're moving in one direction, and a pivot is you move in a different direction. So there's going to be some sort of a shift that feels a bit like a pivot. That can be adding something to your plate, adding something to what you are offering in service, right? Pay attention for the pivot. Like Nicolene was brought a pivot, right? She's pivoting now with this new piece. So pay attention for those types of things in your life as well. And it looks like where things are really going to begin to move quickly, Chris, is about December. So this next 6 months feels like a kind of like an arc. a little bit of a slow build, but it's not really slow. Things are aligning themselves for you to be able to step into. Okay? So paying attention, staying in alignment with your heart, with your soul's journey, and trust in the divine timing of all of it. Right? We know that that is a tough thing. That's a tough thing. That's one thing that our woman sometimes struggles with, right? Is being patient. Just because you're being patient doesn't mean you're not moving. Doesn't mean that you're not growing and expanding. There must be a time of integration, and this is for everyone. You can only go so much before Spirit says, okay, let's integrate all of this so that then you can step forward and go again, right? So you're going to, part of your arc is going to feel like integration, okay? We keep seeing one of your guides. Are you connected to Saint Germain?
Yes, every day I invoke Saint Germain's violet flame with the silver ray of an iridescent violet flame in and around me and my son and my house and my loved ones, extending all the way out to Mother Gaia and the entire planet. Yes.
He is saying that he would like you to begin to do a water ceremony a couple of times a week. You will have to look into what he wants as a water ceremony, because you think of him as the violet flame, but his balance is water. And so ask him what he's looking for in the way of a water ceremony, right? It could be just a beautiful bowl of water and that you're anointing yourself, or it could be more complex than that. So, do a little research on water ceremony and check in with him as to what he has in mind. Okay? The
Thank
water
you.
cer- the water ceremony is he's referencing flow as part of the water ceremony. All right?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let us know how it goes.
Of course. Of course.
All right. All right, little boy. We cannot hold you right now. Please go down, take a nap. We will be done. Sick kitty, right? All right. Who is next?
It's next. Caroline.
Hello, Metatron.
Same room, different person, yeah?
Yes, different corner of the room.
Good to see you. It amuses us to see you kind of in your respective corners, right?
So the question I have is, I think a little, it's, I wasn't sure about asking it, but I thought I would. We went and watched the movie Disclosure Day about aliens. And I felt a really deep connection to the movie and I got quite emotional. I'm not sure what the emotions were, but I'm just wondering if you can sort of maybe explain a little bit about why it brought so much emotion up for me.
Right. Well, there was a bit of soul identification that happened, right? Because you have galactic. You've had galactic lifetimes, you have galactic lineage. And so the movie is symbolic of what is possible. The movie is also symbolic of something that you and many of the other in the galactic realms have been working towards for a very long time. And so while you don't recognize in this life that you have been helping to work towards a disclosure, those other lives that you've had have been involved in just that. So the emotions, the connection, right? The excitement, the fear. There's some fear, right? And not fear of the galactics or the aliens, as people call them.
No.
No, but it's the fear of how humanity will respond and
Yes.
how they will be received. Right? And that kind of
Yes.
what got you too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what will you do moving forward after you've seen this movie?
I'm not sure.
Okay. We can make a recommendation.
That would be good.
You can begin to connect with galactic beings. They're in your space.
Yeah.
It would be very easy just to say, hey guys, you know, make relationship. They will feel familiar to you, right? And relationship is one of the greatest things that you can give yourself with your guidance, right? Because they do guide you. Not all your guides are galactic. Somebody wanted us to remind you that not all of them, but there is a galactic component, right? So sitting down and saying, hey, you know, do you have a message for me today? Is there anything you would like to show me? Let's go on a walk together. I'm driving to the grocery store. Come with, right? The same way you would get to know a human being, you can begin to build a relationship with these beings. And who knows, you may have a part here on Earth that has not been discovered as of yet. Okay.
Thank you.
Does that resonate at all?
100%. Yes.
Okay, good. Good.
Thank
Well,
you.
and we know you'll be back, and please let us know how it goes.
I will.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Yes.
If we're continuing with everybody getting one question in, then I'll call on Verinda after anybody who has a question for the first round.
There's someone behind an iPhone.
3.
They must please come online.
3. I don't know who that is.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Metatron. Thank you so much for visiting with us tonight.
Yes, indeed.
I am asking a question actually in tandem with one of my most dear friends, Megan, who's also in our group here tonight. We had the opportunity to connect last night, which is often so hard to really connect and have any sort of quality time because we are often, very busy in our own spaces. And we really got some sacred time last night, which was so special. And one of the things that we were able to discuss together is a problem actually that our daughters are having. Megan and I have been friends for, gosh, I'm not exactly sure, probably close to 15 years. And our daughters, we were pregnant together with our daughters. And while obviously being friends ourselves, obviously we introduced the girls to each other. But they were blessed to form their own relationship, independent of us. And their bond has always been very, very clear and very, very evident. And in fact, Megan and I have felt that our families are actually spiritually intertwined in many ways.
Yeah.
Which has really just been a gift in so many ways. And then when our girls came along and they are so close that they actually resemble each other. And they often will say that they're cousins or twins or, whatever. And I feel some emotion coming on. Bearing witness to their relationship has been a great joy for both Megan and I. And their relationship has been beautiful to watch. But in the last 2 weeks, what feels like out of nowhere, although I'm sure maybe it's not out of nowhere, but it feels out of nowhere, there seems to have been some sort of explosive incident in their friendship. And, as moms and as adults, Megan and I are committed to our friendship. And we're committed to trying to help the girls. The girls are 11. We don't know how to help them because the girls are, to us, feeling stuck. And I think there's been broken trust on both sides. And we don't know best how to navigate them, help them. So one of the things that Megan and I discussed last night was what came upon me at the end of our time was I almost feel that this needs some sort of spiritual clearance because they feel so stuck and so on opposite sides. And yet they're both absolutely broken up about this. Like we're kind of comparing notes, like they're both crying all day. They're both not functioning well. They both kind of lost their other half. And I don't know that either one fully understands what happens and what happened. And Megan and I discussed that it almost felt like something energetically happened between the two of them, and that's why they can't sort this out. So, P.S., in talking about maybe some sort of spiritual clearing or guidance, Megan suggested, how about this tonight, that was a great idea because she and I have both been a part of this before and both value spirituality very deeply, and we've enjoyed sessions with you. So we are coming to you in tandem for guidance, please.
Okay. All right. So we see that there's other people's input, exterior input that caused friction between the girls. And there's no way that you or Megan can fix it. All you can do is hold space for healing. And we believe that healing will occur. The most important thing that you can do is to continually and gently remind each other that there's love. Even though this pain has happened, there's still love. And when there's love, there's a way back. There's a bridge. Will it be exactly the same as it was before? No, it will not. It will have a new dynamic and a new energy. But they will be able to find their way back to a relationship. Right? We keep hearing, we hate to say this, we keep hearing the word puberty. That somehow what they're going through hormonally has kind of exacerbated this as well. Right? And that's not something that we like to, to say, but it's in the space. So we're just commenting on it. Is there anything you can do about that? No. But to be aware that hormones make people extra sensitive. You know this as a woman. Yeah. So we would encourage you and Megan to just maintain love on your girls as much as possible. Remind them that the love between them isn't lost, that it's still there. And that once they take a little bit of time to kind of calm down, you might, and Megan knows this exercise, we have taught this in class about telling yourself the truth. Because it's easy for youngsters to blame, right, or shift responsibility. So each of them in their respective corners, as it may be, to remember to go in and take a look at what happened and tell themselves the truth about it. What was my part of this? What was my friend's part of this? Right? And that will be helpful, because right now there's the feeling of one is feeling betrayed and the other one is feeling guilty, right? So, and we're not going to point as to who is who, because there's enough pain right now. So these are small things that can be done, right? These girls, their relationship has been like the biggest thing in their lives. And for some external energy to cause them to doubt each other is challenging. The idea to do a spiritual intervention, we would say that this is part of their path. This had to happen. This was a soul agreement. What you can do is continue to keep the spaces as clear and clean as possible, right? Set protection, sage the rooms, right? Make sure that they are feeling cared for in that way as well. Okay.
Thank you so much. That their relationship is the biggest part of their lives. So just hearing that validation, is emotional. And funny enough that when we were talking last night, we were both really tapping into our own spirituality. And the takeaway was that there is an external energetic factor here. So for you to say that is very validating, because that was something we came to. And the other thing that we came to was that hormones were also a piece of what was happening.
There's another piece. There's another piece for you and Megan to look at. You've both experienced something similar in your own lives. And you each still hold the pain from that. It may not look like what your girls have gone through, but you've had the pain of friendships that have gone sour. Yeah. Yeah. And please let go of the fear. There's this fear that your relationship with Megan will be impacted because of what's happening with the girls. You please do what you can to maintain your relationship and let the girls have their own relationship separate of that. Okay.
Thank you for validating
Yeah.
so much of what we had come to
Yes,
last night.
your intuitive women.
Yes.
We
That's
know Megan well.
that's a very big part of our relationship. And thank you for validating, our relationship with each other.
Indeed.
And thank you for validating the kind of extended entwinement that we've shared, that we've always known, but it's nice to hear it validated. So
Indeed. All right.
thank
And
you.
we send blessings that all will be resolved in love. Yeah.
Thank you. And one last thing, would a healing or a clearing help, or is this something we just need to kind of step back and leave it be?
So they're 11, right?
Mhm.
And we wouldn't recommend a healing. We feel that they are not mature enough to understand or to really receive, right?
Okay.
But you hold your own spiritual principles, which flows over to your children, right? So remind them that they've got guardian angels and guides that love them and will help them through this process, right? But a typical healing, we would not recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah. Our woman, we would not allow our woman to do a healing on someone that young.
And is a healing different than a clearing?
Well, an energetic clearing, clear the space.
Right. That's what I mean.
Yeah, clear the space. You're not clearing them, you're clearing the space.
Yes, that's what I mean. Clearing
You clear the container. Yeah.
That would help. Clearing the space would help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Okay.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Metatron, I would like to ask a question. It's Joyce. Hello.
Hello. We know you, don't we?
Yes, my good friend. I am for everyone. I'm living in an assisted living home with my husband, who's had a stroke and who is aphasic and has right side hemiparesis. And it's become apparent, which I've spoken to Em before, about the fact that I, for my health, need to live in an environment where people aren't coming and going 24 hours a day, but that's what's needed for him. This is my third round of broaching this subject with him and discussing each of our independent health and living environment needs. And right now, he hasn't talked to me for 2 days, and he kind of is a bit of a 5-year-old. Like, he'll close his eyes if I come in the room, and I've got a heart for that.
Mhm.
I know I can talk to his soul, his higher self, which I do. So there's the part of me that's the big me, that's on that energetic space. And then there's the Joyce who's in the body, who's like,
Yeah.
and I know I can't make him understand because he just absolutely does not understand.
Right.
There's very cognizant parts of his brain that are so on topic, and then the latest reason, he asked if he was paying for him to live here, for us to live here. I said yes, and he thought I should be paying for his extra care. So then there's that disconnect, which do you have any advice? Praying, I'm going to other dimensions to pray. I'm asking his higher self, but ultimately I disconnect because there's a sucking in a tentacle aspect to some of that for me. And I need to disconnect myself. But I like what you said to somebody else. What was that? The possibilities. And I think it was the pivot in divine timing. And maybe it's a pivot that he and I do,
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So we started out this evening by reminding you that you're sacred. And so is he.
Yes.
Right? And so is he. And it is difficult to help him understand, particularly your emotions in the state that he is in. Right? And so we encourage you to keep talking to him about it. Right? But begin to take care of yourself. Even if that means gently backing yourself out for, more extended periods of time and then returning so that he knows that he's not being abandoned, right? He's yeah. His not talking to you is a manipulation. Yeah. And that is kind of an interesting thing, that he can't understand your emotions, but he still tries to manipulate them, right? So that's okay. Continue to, let him know that he's loved and he'll be taken care of, and that you're not, leaving forever, that it's going to be, an in and out, Joyce. Because what's happening to your body?
Yes, it's not happy.
Yeah, your body's not happy. Your autonomic nervous system, you have been carrying this for what, almost 2 years?
Over 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's difficult. And God love him, he's difficult.
Yes.
And for you that's an empath, that just continues to chip away at, the love.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's brought that love to a very different dimension. It's more motherly, caring.
Right.
In this dimension.
Right. So you can't change the circumstance. He cannot change. He can only receive and respond to the best of his abilities. So the one who really is, making the choices for your life is you. Right?
Can I ask one more part of the piece? It's really challenging for me to be a loving wife when that is not, like, over and over, that's not coming toward me. And I mean loving and saying loving. I mean, I am kind and I am respectful and I am loving in that peripheral way. But as far as like what I think of being in love with your partner, that does not exist right now. It's a very nurturing kind of love. And it's hard for me to continually set that scenario. And then the scenario is manipulatively forgotten.
So You have communicated with his daughter.
Yes.
We encourage you to continue to keep her in the loop.
Okay.
Right? Because that's going to be important for your support.
Okay.
Right? And we do not see that you will pursue a divorce. That is not what we see. We see that what is helpful for you and healing for you is to be able to have your own space and do some of your own things and still do what you do to assist him, right? But then you remove yourself from the toxicity and go back to your own room, right? Or your own house,
Yes.
whatever it is, right? So guilt is going
Yes.
to
But I
rear its ugly head, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like
Yeah.
I'm shooting on myself, keep reassuring him that I love him and that I'm not going to abandon him. But there's only so much. I mean, I've abandoned myself. So I'm not coming back to myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Right.
you.
So to stay well, beloved one, something needs to shift. And he cannot shift, and his circumstances cannot shift. So it is you.
Thank you. Thank you, Em.
All right. And you always know where to find us.
Yes. I don't like to reach out as much, but I do love all the help whenever I do.
Indeed.
Thank you. Does anyone have a question? I don't see a hand raised, but I feel a question.
I could ask one. So let me go quiet. Did anybody else say something when I was speaking, like that I'm interrupting them?
I think that was Verinder, but she could come next.
Or she could go before me. That's no problem.
You go ahead. I just had a comment to follow up comment for Chris because I too been seeing Saint Germain. I just got excited.
Thank you.
Yes, Megan, what is your question?
Well, I want to say hi, like I always do, and just generally thank you. And if there's anything I need to know, and then I just had something to share. I've said goodbye to the parents' house, and I've disconnected, and I have peace. And I did go over there yesterday tonight just to get a piece of material for my mom to decorate with. But what I heard, don't give up hope, you're going to be back here again. And I was just like, what? So, I mean, it's lovely to hear. And I'm just kind of, whatever happens, happens. But that was just, yeah, I definitely heard it, but I was sort of like, what is that about?
Yeah, what is that about? How is your dad?
So he's, thank you for asking. He's a little bit weak right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was there anything that, for me to do, or?
Is he back home?
Well, he's in his assisted living that he lives. He has aides and care and the whole thing. And my mom felt he was tired. His, vital signs were fine. I'm going to see him tomorrow for Father's Day. But it was like his legs got, weak, is what happened. He's lost muscle in his leg over the last few years with this condition he's been diagnosed with. But yeah, you always worry. You always worry, and he seems to be able to push through quite a bit. But yeah, you always kind of think, oh God, I hope this isn't it.
Oh, of course, of course. And you know what? He's pretty stoic.
Yeah, he's a fighter. Yes.
And he does it for your mom.
Aw.
right? He does it for your mom. So, okay, we will keep an eye on him.
Thank you. And if there's anything that pops up that I should be doing, or
just love
yeah.
on him. Walk in clean, walk in clear, walk in with not bringing anything.
Yeah.
Be neutral, spend time, listen, because it sounds like he might have some things to talk about.
Yeah, recently, a couple of days ago, he did have things, and I listened, and he just needed, and maybe there's more coming. But he also, which is very interesting, we went to a family wake, and a gentleman that had kind of stolen a business from him, that was his cousin. And so I said, Dad, do you want to go? And he said, sure. Strength and confidence. I'm going to talk to Jay. And I'm like, oh boy. So I was on edge the whole, wake. It was so lovely to see the family. But anyway, he slowly walks over to this man, Jay. And he says very calmly, I'd like to have a chance to talk to you. And he asked some of the questions that have probably been on his mind for 50, 60 years. And the man was not pleasant back. And my dad kept calm. And when the man was just saying all these lies, I was shocked because my dad's, very religious. But I guess you have to do what you have to do. And he said, well, you know what? You're lying, and you're lying, and you're going to hell. Now, I almost fell on the floor. But I guess it is something he had to, could have been worded differently, get something off his chest, check it off the list, that he's been carrying. And it was just very interesting that I think it was more of that. Like, I said my piece.
Yeah. Good. Good
Yeah.
for him. Good for him. Good for him. There's nothing to do differently, Megan.
Okay.
You're doing a beautiful job of
Thank you.
holding everything. Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Keep us in the loop. Let our woman know if you need anything.
I know I'm not supposed to ask about Katie, but she couldn't be on tonight.
Yeah, we will not.
Okay, so she has to come to the next one then. She'll hold. Okay, thank you so much.
Yes,
love you.
Indeed. We love you as well. All right. Did Lily have another question?
I didn't see her fingertips, but I see that Sean now got the camera on. I'm wondering if that might mean you have a question.
Yeah, I was kind of in debate on asking this, but you called me out, so I'll ask it. My question is, I have 40 acres of wooded land that's been like passed down generation to generation. And I've always tried to connect with the spirit of that land and to find out, what my connection is to it and why. And I just feel like I never really got a good answer on that. Any ways of helping me on that, or tell me what the connection is?
So there's past life connection, actually, with this particular land, and we keep seeing something tribal, right? And we don't know if it is Indian tribal or a different type of indigenous tribal, and that land and beyond it, right, where that's where everybody lived and survived, had sacred ceremonies, you name it. And so there is that connection. In this lifetime, let us just take a look. There's this funny perception that since it has been passed down, that it's kind of not yours, right?
From me? Or
Yeah, yeah. But the truth
yeah.
is that you're steward to these acres. You're the steward of this land. And what does it mean to you to be a good steward, right? You take care of it. You make sure that things are trimmed. You nurture the forest as the forest nurtures you, right? If that is making any sense to you in this moment. Being the steward of the land also means that you treat it as sacred.
Mm-hmm.
Find the sanctity in the land, right? Find the sanctity in the earth and the animals. We feel that the animals, that the birds, all of that are on the property are, have a deeper connection with you than perhaps you're feeling in the moment. So,
Okay.
you know,
I do know I did a little bit of work in the past where I felt like once, like more than just that 40, but that whole area, like once it got broken into grid patterns of roads and stuff, that took a lot of that, I don't even know,
shifted
purity of the energy, or that really changed everything. And I didn't know if grid work, I was always toying with doing a huge grid work around like a 40-mile area to help release that energy. And that was one thing. That's on my bucket list.
Could work. That could work, right? And pay attention to, pay attention to the ley lines that run through your property, right? There's ley lines.
Yeah. I'm not, I mean, I'll have to dig into the ley lines, but I know there's one spot in there, and that's from where my dad put me first time ever hunting. And that is like, if I would put a pendulum there, it's like spinning around like crazy. So I know that's a major hot spot.
Is it the portal?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Are you comfortable with it there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Right. Because you can close portals if it's something you're not comfortable with.
No, I used to journey through it.
Okay. All right.
When I went to the upper world, I would use that as a journey point.
Okay. Good. All right.
So
good.
it's a positive. Yeah,
Good.
it's a positive thing. So,
yeah.
So yeah, I guess maybe just look at it even bigger than the 40 acres. Look at it as a bigger whole, and help. Maybe my work is to help clear that from, like say the 1800s energy.
Your service is Gaia. Ask Gaia what's needed. How big, how far? Ask her what she needs from you.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I always struggled with. It was a huge cedar swamp, and it was just, in my dad's generation, it was just totally beautiful, and now it's like it's all died off. It's in change, and I'm just a generation that sees all the change, and yeah.
Yeah. And you're also equipped. You have the tools to make a difference.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I kind of know the answer to this question, but part of me is always like, I get a little short on time, and I can remotely build that grid pattern as well versus walking out a 40-mile grid and putting that down. Correct? Okay.
True.
It's just the intention. It's the intention what I put through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes what you might do in your envisioning or your meditation, however you're going to do it, is to rise above the property so that you can look at it from above and you'll be able to see the expansion of it. So,
explain that a little bit to me.
all right. So when you do this work remotely, imagine that you raise yourself or raise your vision above the ground so that you're looking down on the acreage, right?
Like,
so like you're sitting on a cloud looking down,
mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
work at it from that angle.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, like I mean, even like as I'm looking at a map, I could.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's what I was thinking. Okay. All right.
Okay. Beautiful.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I will just use my intuition and go from there with that.
Good. You have good intuition.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We need to be complete.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Joyce, we need to be complete.
Thank you. Lilybud, you can reach out to Wendy if that's okay.
Okay.
I think Lilybud has another question. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
We have reached our time. We have reached our time for today. So until next time, beloved ones, be sacred, be well.
Thank you, Metatron.
Thank you, Metatron.
Thank you.
Woohoo.
Woohoo is right.
All right, you guys. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too. Thank you.
I'll look forward to seeing you next month. Okay. All right. Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Verinda.
Bye.